5, 4,
This is so
3, 2,
monotonous. I thought he'd give this up
1.
since Sandy wasn't here tonight, but
And we're live, people.
oh,
We're
gosh.
live.
Oh, yes. Is it because she's driving?
Is
It's
that why? We
because
should have
she's-
given her the link anyway and been like, "Hey, do you want to join tonight?"
Well, she's got the link. She said she'll be watching, so
Oh,
she's
okay.
there. But
So she'll be in the comments.
Oh.
She should
Well,
be in the
boo.
comments.
On you, B. Good evening, everyone. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
That's what Sandy says.
Yeah.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, indeed.
Oh, happy Friday indeed. And
Oh.
I am a little slow on the draw here
Why?
because
Did you
here we
take a
go.
nap?
No. Here we go.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Got to get down on Friday.
We gotta have 5 seconds or less because after that we can get the show pulled.
Yeah. We got to be
You
careful.
all need to up your budget on this show.
You
Increase the
tell
budget.
Dr. Pineapple.
Well,
You tell him.
Yeah, the licensing stuff gets a little expensive, so
Yeah, kind of, right? Granados.
feel good Friday. Yay!
And I tonight.
Man.
So, B, have you already shared with all your college buddies and stuff like that?
Okay.
You can, like right now.
Totally right now. I hope you all are having a
Sorry,
great
what was
Friday so
that?
far.
Never mind.
So for all of you who've
Sorry,
been here,
I'm a little
I'm
out
sure
of it, too.
I'm sure that you've noticed there's a little change up tonight. We've got B who's joining
Yeah,
us
he's now
tonight,
black with curly hair.
and, and we got Dr. Pineapple's back in the house.
Woohoo!
So Sandy decided to
Dr.
ditch us.
Pineapples.
Sandy decided she was going to go do something her own self. Not just playing. She didn't do that. She had to do a suicide trip to down south. So she's driving 12 hours today, going back and forth, total 12 hours.
Yeah.
And so she can't be on the show tonight.
Yeah.
So you get the four of us.
Have you told everybody the fun fact that you can be in Texas driving for more than 14 hours? Like people
No.
from the Midwest
Oh,
would not
yeah.
believe that.
It's horrible.
Right.
Yeah. So you can drive 14 hours and be in the same state. And yeah, it's just mind boggling.
It's
And you gotta
miraculous.
travel
Can you
14
do that
hours.
in Florida, B? Can you do that in
I
Florida
do.
too?
I live in Miami.
That was
Yes,
kinda-
you can, because it took me about, so from here just to Pensacola, it was 10 hours.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know where any,
It was-
both
it
of
was
those are, to
rough.
be
It
honest.
was rough.
Pensacola is right on the border of Alabama. So it's like as soon as you cross Alabama into Florida, Pensacola is right there. And then you go all the way down south into Miami. And so, yeah. But it's not
Yeah.
14 hours,
Two
B.
different worlds. Well, okay, it's close. It's still long, okay? The point is, you can drive in Florida for a while.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay. All right. We'll let that slide then.
So, how was everyone's day today? Why don't we start out with you, Dr. Pineapples?
Oh, okay. So my day today was pretty good. So I work 7 days a week because I love what I do. So I had a couple of clients and my family set up the pool in the backyard,
I
which
saw
was
those
really
pictures.
nice.
Very nice.
And so on Disney Plus, Hamilton just debuted. So we
Sure did.
watched as much of Hamilton as we could before the show started.
And you guys need to go watch that because it's one of the greatest musicals ever in history. And you both are shaking your heads, but I can't wait till you watch it and you get gobsmacked upside your head and be like, okay, this is actually really good.
Did you just say gobsmacked?
Absolutely.
No.
B, how was your day today?
My day was good, actually. I'm babysitting for the whole weekend, 4th of July weekend. So I've just been busy with the little 5-year-old running around. But yeah, I was off from work today, but I'm still technically working. But yeah, it was
Oh, you
good.
are?
Nothing exciting. Just
Oh.
That was it?
My day.
That's it. That's all you got.
That's it. I'm just babysitting. I mean, it keeps me entertained, and she tells me things that I'm like, oh.
Okay.
Like
all
today.
right.
Okay. Short story. Let me tell ya.
There we
So,
go.
Okay.
There we go. Now we're
Like,
getting.
she's doing a makeover. She puts feathers in my hair, and she got makeup, and she put mascara down, just like everywhere. And she sends the picture to Jamie, Joe, and Sandy, and I'm like, oh no. And it
That
was
was-
not a pretty picture.
Oh, I thought you were like doing some type of.
It was a little rough.
You saying that wasn't a pretty picture?
Oh, I thought you were gonna do it.
Really.
I thought it was pretty cute. I thought it was okay.
I thought it was some type of cosplay or something.
You know, that's what I thought too, Joe. When I saw, it, I was like, I guess I don't know who that is.
Right? Was
I
it
was
some type of cotton theorem? You think?
Ah, there it was. That was her cotton theorem persona coming out.
Yes.
Coming
Sandy
out,
wants to know.
coming out.
Did you tell us about the cotton theorem?
No.
Do you know about that, Dr. Pineapple?
No, what is cotton theorem?
We have
Yes,
no
B,
idea.
what is cotton
Yeah,
theorem?
please tell us.
We'd love to know.
We'd love to know.
I don't even know what it is.
So one night on the show, when B was first on one of our first episode, or her first episode with us, we were talking about something, and B just laughs uncontrollably. Like, she just loves to laugh. That's her thing. That's her signature. Okay. And so at some point we're talking, but she's laughing, and then she says, we interpret it as cotton theorem. And so we're like, well, wait a minute. What's cotton theorem? Let's go back here. And then we all start making a big deal of it because she said it and it was clear as day, and we hashtagged it. And so now we always say cotton theorem when we're thinking about B. And we're like, she didn't know what it was, but neither do we. And it's just,
Yeah.
it's associated with her.
Yeah.
So
So what did she say?
she didn't know what she said. She didn't know.
Wow.
She just said cotton theorem.
Then that's what came out.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean.
Welcome to the show, Sean.
So how was your day, Joe?
So my day,
Sean.
was interesting. So I went.
Walmart,
So
Wally World.
So
interesting?
today is officially the Jet's birthday. So
Mm.
today's officially his birthday.
That's right. He's 12.
He's 12.
Happy birthday.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. Jet.
Yeah. Hey B, did you send him a message or anything?
Look, she's doing it right
Did.
now.
I did an audio message and everything. No.
Dr. Pineapple's caught you on that one.
Right. Exactly. Well, so I went to the office for a little bit, and I was trying to get out a little early, so I was able to get out a little early, and then I was doing my homework for today. And then, well, actually, while I was at the office, I thought I was smart because I set up a email notification for our DVR, and we got a new DVR at the office, which is like a camera system. And so thought I was smart, and I set up a email notification. And then today, when I'm doing my homework, I keep getting all of these emails because every time there's motion, it's sending me emails. So 45 emails later, I decided to go ahead and like, all right, we're cutting this out. So I had to disconnect all that. So that was fun. And
That's how it always starts, right? It's like
Right,
you want an
yeah.
email for every notification, and then you get like, okay, never mind. No.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, well, who did this? Who was the smart person who decided to do this?
It was
And-
you.
Yeah, this guy right here.
That guy right there.
Freaking guy right here.
That one. That one.
Sometimes I'm
Where
too
is he
smart.
at? Am I pointing the right way?
There you
Yeah, yes, you are. It was definitely my fault.
We did it.
Yeah, so I had to disable that, but and then other than that, I finished up my little homework that I was gonna do, and that's it. That's it. But I did not take a nap. I was pretty close to taking a nap, though.
John's telling you he needed a nap.
I do need a nap, but I did not. So I was fairly close to getting a nap in.
Okay.
How was
We're
your day,
sorry.
Mr. Pineapples?
Well, as Dr. Pineapples had alluded to a moment ago, it's funny how you can experience the same things, but you kind of get a different way about it, right? Because we were totally out today getting the pool ready for the kids, and I'm there, and the kids decided to go in, and I'm just hanging out. I'm just hanging out outside. I'm actually like, there's this old man down the road who just sits in his chair every day and just looks at the cars passing by. And I was like, I'm just chilling. I'm just
Does
like,
he
I
wear a
don't need
red
anything.
shirt?
I just, no. I was like, I'm just gonna listen to some music and just watch nature happen as the pool's filling up with water. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm chilling out there. I was hanging out with Sunny. He was the only one that wanted to hang out with me after everyone left, and Sunny's my snake. And so he was hanging out with me. I introduced him to the pool. He didn't like that.
He didn't like
You didn't like
How did you
Oh.
like that? Oh.
Remember, she's got a little bit of a delay.
Yeah. So I learned quick
Yes, guys,
not to let
sorry.
Sunny hang out in the pool.
They're not.
I was planning just to let him touch it, but then he was like, bloop. And I was like, And then he was like, no, I want out of here. I want out of here. I was like, I can't catch him. And I was like, wait a minute. Finally got him, dried him off, put him back in his cage so he could warm up and stuff. But I was like, okay, I learned my lesson on that.
Yeah, I
Um,
should do that.
We got it taken care of. And like Dr. Pineapple said, then we went in and we started watching Hamilton tonight. And that has been fantastic. There was an extra scene that wasn't in the play that we watched. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, everyone be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. I learned my lesson on that. And they're like, what's going on? And I was like, shh. They kept asking. I was like, quiet. I need to watch this. And I was like, man, that was good. So, yeah, I was happy about that. Tell me in the comments if any of you are watching Hamilton or on the fence. Please go watch it because you're gonna love it. It's really great. If you love
If they're
history.
watching Hamilton, babe, they can't tell you in the comments,
Oh, they can't.
right?
What?
Oh, you know what? I'm old. You can do 2 media forms at one time, can't you?
Yeah,
Can.
you're not old. You're not old. So anyway, that was my day, and now we're here doing this, and so I'm excited to end the day off with you guys. So
Yeah. Lots of fun.
it's kind of weird because Joe normally asks me a question.
Yeah,
I'm like, there's no
usually
reason to
ask
ask
you-
the question,
Yeah, I
but
was like, hey, who do we have on the show?
So we'll
Wait,
try- yeah.
she's right there.
she's already here. So
So that segment was all jacked up
yeah,
there.
our segment's done. But anyway, so listen up. So guys, I think you kind of wanted to know what Friday's going to be about, right? We kind of left it in the dark a little bit. We said, when we started out doing this, we did a Freaky Friday where we came and told you all kinds of spooky stories and weird things going
Yeah.
on, and that was kind of fun for a couple of us. And then we came back the next month and we did Food Fridays, and that was fun for a couple of us also.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It was nice. And then the next month we came out with Tres Fridays, which was a play on Tres Leches because all of us like,
Yeah.
or at least Joe and I love Tres Leches.
Yeah, Sandy does not like
Not
Tres
so-
Leches.
Yeah, so a couple of us like that idea, but with Tres Fridays, we decided to roll up our Freaky Friday, our Food Friday, and then we brought in a Flashback Friday
Mm.
piece into it also.
Ooh, I like that.
So then we decided, what are we gonna? We didn't even know what we were gonna do for this until like a couple
Minutes
Days?
ago?
Minutes ago.
minutes. Yeah, that sounds about right now. Just playing.
Let's just be honest.
So, but there were some things we had to kind of hammer down before we kind of decided this. So first off, your Fridays are now going to be for the month of July are going to be Feel Good Fridays.
Feel good.
Feel Good Friday.
Mhm.
So B, why don't you tell them what that's
There
about?
we go.
I'm just playing.
Sorry, what was that, Jamie? What did
I
you
was-
say?
I was like, tell them what that's about. Tell them what a Feel Good Friday is, B.
Well, hold on. Let me get Wikipedia, aka Joe. According,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jamie. Go ahead,
no,
tell
I'm
him.
listening.
No.
No, go ahead.
You got to tell everyone.
You
What
got
did
to
it
finish
say?
that out. You wanted to be funny.
I
Finish
thought
the
it was
bit.
funny.
What was that
Oh, my
word you
goodness.
made up? Cotton what?
Cotton theorem.
Theorem.
That's what it means. Feel Good Fridays means cotton theorem.
Right.
Exactly.
She
And it
is-
puts a laugh, makes you laugh.
I remember what she was trying to say. Go ahead.
No, we're not going to talk about that.
Okay,
One
so-
thing at a time.
Okay.
So Feel Good Fridays, we're going to try to bring you stories. We're not going to try. We're going to bring you stories and basically just stories and people who have things to share that are going to make you feel good. Okay?
Yeah,
So
stories or things or other items to make you feel good. Yes.
yes. So that is the goal.
Yes.
And so with that, one of the first things we kind of want to get to is you guys wanted Dr. Pineapples to come back.
And she's right,
right?
there.
And she is right here. She's right here. Bam. See? Oh, you see, I got the little one right there, and then I got Doctor right there. You wanted Dr. Pineapples to come back, and she came and she heard the call. She listened to y'all, and she was thrilled to be like, yes, I would enjoy to come back. And so with that, we thought we thought that there's this unique perspective that Dr. Pineapples could bring, and we asked her about it, and she responded to us, and she liked it too. So with that, I'm going to actually let her introduce it, and then we'll continue after that. So
Okay, so I am so stinking excited because for Feel Good Friday, so every Friday in July, I am going to take one of the, what do you call them? Your
Viewers.
fans, viewers. I'm going to take questions from viewers, right?
mhm.
And Joe and Jay Pineapples, and they'll tell you how this is all going to work with details. But I'm going to take questions about relationship issues or concerns, right?
Yep.
And then I'm going to come on the show on Fridays and answer those questions using my professional marriage and family therapy expertise. So I think it'll help a lot of people with relationships. So when I mean relationships, I mean family relationships, friend relationships, couple relationships. So if you have any concerns or questions about just relationships in general,
Mhm.
hit me up and I will answer your question on Fridays.
That's awesome, guys.
That
Yeah,
is
it-
very cool.
So for those of you who are tuning in who've never met Dr. Pineapples or didn't watch the episode, she literally is doctor. She's not just we don't just call her Dr. Pineapples because it sounds cool. My wife is literally she's got her PhD in marriage and family therapy. And so when you guys email, you guys are going to email the social and distancing show at gmail.com. You email there. Dr. Pineapples is going to choose one of the questions, and she's going to deliver on Friday, the following Friday, so next Friday, she's going to deliver a specifically tailored response from her expert opinion or expert knowledge, thank you, for you. And so, babe, tell me if this is right. So you mentioned all those relationships, like even if it's like mother and son, father and daughter, grandparent and son, anything that just has relationship tied to it, right?
Yeah.
Person and snake.
Employee. If it has to do with relationships, you can email me about it and I will answer one question.
So
one question.
Just one.
Yes.
Okay.
So you won't. So you won't know.
One question.
You won't know if your question gets answered unless you watch on the Friday.
Right.
And so it'll be one of the first things we do on the episode.
Or
so
hit the
that
replay. You can watch it on the replay too, I guess.
Oh yeah. That's true too. That's true. But if you want to get it live and interact with her, then you'll want to come in on that day to hear her in case you didn't hear something or misunderstood, whatever. And that'll be the way that you guys can interact with it. So I think it goes great with Feel Good Fridays in July. We're talking about how to feel better. My wife is an expert when it comes to, the emotional wellness. Yeah. And so makes sense. It makes sense. So I hope you guys will take that up. Again, that email is going to be the social undistancing show at gmail.com. We'll make sure to throw it in the comments for you.
And the subject is Dr. Pineapples.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate
that's the
that.
subject.
Oh, yes. We do need a subject.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you don't put Dr. Pineapples in it, it's not going to get caught by our filters and she won't see it.
We have a real quick question, though.
Oh.
My assistant gets on my nerves. How can he be better?
Is that Joe? Or is that
No, that's from Sid.
That's her husband.
That's her husband. Her husband is known as the assistant.
He's driving. He's driving while she's in the passenger side right now listening to us. So sorry,
He
Eric.
just needs to recognize the goddess that she is. And if he would get on top of that, everything would be better.
Can't deny the expert advice, Eric. I'm sorry, man.
Wow.
That's one marriage saved already. See, she's already working her miracle.
Working the miracle.
So everyone, I hope you enjoy that. I hope that's going to be a good, good thing for you. And even if she doesn't get to your question, I have no doubt that the questions that she's able to answer is going to help the rest of us out in some way or
Right.
another.
Exactly.
Okay?
And
Exactly.
it'll be your call if you want to be anonymous or not, right? So
Yeah, just tell us. Right,
Yeah.
that should be okay, right? If they tell us.
I mean, you can let me know in the email, but if you don't let me know, I'm automatically going to make you anonymous.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah, so and be careful what you put as your anonymous name. Like Filipino guy on a television show, it's not very anonymous. So just make sure that you pick a good anonymous name.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. So if you guys have any questions, let us know. We'll get it communicated and checked out and make sure we can get it answered for you.
Well, I'm excited to hear the answers and questions that people send in. So
I am
mainly
too.
the
Yeah.
answers, not the questions, not so much. But the
Yeah.
answers.
I'm excited for both.
Yeah. I think, man, I'm really excited about it. I think mental health is an important thing. You know, we didn't really get to say this the last time you were on, babe, but mental health, like guys, seeing a therapist and stuff like that, it's not like a taboo thing. It is not something to be ashamed of, or
Right.
it's your privacy. Don't get me wrong, it's your privacy, but it's nothing you should feel bad about. Like, it is very important to take care of yourself mentally. And if you need,
Yeah.
I always tell people when I do it, I always tell people, like, what is better than paying someone to listen to me and help me out? Like, you think your friends can do it, and don't get me wrong, but your friend might interject with a feeling or two or whatever else. But paying someone to be like, look, I need to tell you this, and then they're going to help you out.
With no judgment.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, or at least if they do, they're not going to bring it out. See,
No judgment. I always tell people it's like a spa day. Like if you've gone to the spa and like pampered yourself and had everything focused on you and your well-being, that is therapy.
oh,
That
Amen.
is therapy. It's
Very
not.
nice.
I've seen self-care.
It's
self-care.
self-care. It's so amazing.
Way to say it.
Yeah.
Pete.
Yes, because it's like you develop these coping skills that if you just shut down, you don't tell anybody else, but then you actually hire a professional and you hear it from their perspective, and it's like, I
Right?
think that's awesome. I'm excited.
It'll be great, and we'll see where it leads to after that. We'll see, but yeah, I hope you guys can enjoy and join us for that. So, babe, if there's anything else, you're free to. I know you're past your bedtime, so
It is past my bedtime. Y'all ain't gotta go home. Gotta get out of here.
Right. Exactly.
all right. Well, you have a good
Awesome.
night. We love you. I love you.
Is this
love
like
you.
a phase? If I do this, does it seem like I'm like, or if I slunk down, does it seem like I'm going away? Like, is that how the show works? Or are y'all gonna
Nah,
put my
I think we'll just kind of.
that's not in the budget quite yet. We're working on that. So for now, though,
Right now, there's a little button that says "kick," and we just click on it, and it kind of does it for
right?
us. So,
Yeah. So we just kind of have to go with that for now. But
okay.
thank you so much for coming
All
on.
right.
love you, babe. Good
Yeah,
night.
well, I love you all.
Seeing you.
I'll see you later.
Toodles.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Aw.
That was cool, huh?
So much fun.
That's
It really was.
exciting.
I am excited about that. Like, I'm really stoked, and I hope you guys are. I hope on the replay you're catching it and being like, oh. So remember, the social undistancing show at gmail.com, and then in the subject put Dr. Pineapples. Okay. All right.
Doctor
With that,
Pineapples.
we didn't really talk, guys, but I got to be honest. I have a story to share. It is lengthy because it's a field reporter,
Uh-oh.
but I want to
Oh,
make
a
sure to
field
be
reporter.
respectful. So I will say I've got about 20 minutes on mine, on my Feel Good Friday.
Nice.
Okay.
So do we want to start with that, or do y'all want to go first, kind of thing?
Why don't you go with yours? Because we always tend to only leave you a certain amount of time.
Aw.
You know what I'm saying? Because we've always cut
so
you off
sweet of
there.
Joe.
Like
Aw,
I only leave you like 2 minutes.
how
And so
thoughtful.
I
I
think we
forgot
should
I
leave
can
with
use
yours.
20 minutes.
Right.
That's like,
And
what
I'll
do.
make sure that I give you this. So I'm like, we do have other people that have stories. Too,
Right.
so.
Okay, cool. So, everyone, I really wanted to share this story because it was important. I thought Feel Good Friday. I thought, let me go out and find a good story to share, but with someone personal, someone I know. And so that's what we're going to listen to here in just a couple seconds as soon as it pulls up. Okay. Oh, okay. So
Says Joe
Joe doesn't have a story. Probably true. That's why he was being nice.
Sandy, I don't like you trying to call me out like this.
all right, so here we go. So I think our field reporter will take care of everything and understand it. So Joe,
Okay.
is it okay if I put it on the main screen over all of us?
I don't mind. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
Is it that guy? There he is.
it did.
That guy.
Appreciate you welcoming me to the show, but we do have a great guest right now that I want to bring on and introduce her story. She's a friend of mine who lives up here in Illinois, and I thought her story would be perfect for a Feel Good Friday field report. And so without further ado, please help me welcome Gina Poyer.
Hi,
Hey, Gina, how are you doing?
doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm okay. You know, we're doing the best we can with what we have over here right now, and just trying to enjoy the holiday weekend and hang out with the family and try to not lose my nerve or my cool around here. If you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I told you we were doing a Feel Good Friday, and we're doing this recording earlier in the day. So tonight my viewers will be able to see this, and I know it's going to be tough, but would you mind sharing your story with us?
Well, it's a long story, so I'll try to make it a little more easy to get through in a short amount of time. But I have 3 kids. I'm married, and our kids are ages 11, 9. I had to think about it, and 7. They're actually friends with your kids.
Yeah, they are.
And we've been wanting a 4th kid for a long time, but we decided a few years ago that we wanted to adopt our 4th child. We thought it's a dream my husband's had for a long time, and he's kind of brought me on board with it. We love kids, we love our family. Like, why not bring someone who needs a family into our family? And so in 2014, we officially started the process for international adoption, and we decided to go with the country of Bulgaria.
Okay.
Some reasons behind that: my husband, he actually did some work in college in orphanages in Russia and in Romania, I think. And so he has a heart for Eastern Europe, and he just thought that, I don't know, we just kind of felt led there. And so it took about a year to do the paperwork. There's a home study process. And so in November of 2015 is when we submitted what's called our dossier. And that went to the Bulgarian Ministry of Justice. And then we had to wait. And so it was now initially when we applied, 2015 is what I said, right? Like, that was a long time ago. So
Yeah, it
you can tell.
We're in 2020 for those of you who are counting, so that's 5 years ago.
Yeah, from the initial application. So once we submitted the dossier with all our information at the end of 2015, we were expecting at that time for the process to take 12 to 24 months max. So that would have, and we were applying for a child 3 and under, because we were applying for a girl. So we were trying to keep our kids' ages not really far apart.
Makes sense.
So anyway, a year goes by, another year goes by. That was supposed to be the maximum amount of time. Another year goes by. And during that time, it was just, there were a lot of ups and downs. There were actually a couple of children that we were presented with. They're on what's called these waiting lists. A lot of times they're on waiting lists because they have special needs and they're a little bit harder to adopt. Okay. And so that was one of them we just had to say no to, which is hard when you feel like there's a child who needs a home and you have to say no. Just her medical needs were too much, more than we felt comfortable taking.
Right.
And then another child, we actually did pursue, but there were multiple families pursuing her. It's long. It's a long, sad story, but
Oh my God.
that was about 2 years ago. And then we were declined for that child. And so we just went back to waiting to being matched. And so 2019 went by. And I remember, each year you start a new year and you think, this will be the year, right? This has to be the year.
Right.
We've been waiting so long. And so 2019 was just a hard year to begin with. We lost a couple of people we loved, a family member and a friend. Our house was broken into. It was just kind of this nightmare of a year. Like my husband's car was stolen. It was just like, is this for real? So we get to the end of the year and it's like, the adoption's not going to even happen this year too. And then it was about a week before Christmas, we get a phone call. And I remember I was at the grocery store and I saw it was a call from our adoption agency. And I was like, I was just in a bad mood about it because I was like, I just talked to them a week before, like, oh, probably something with my paperwork. You're always updating paperwork. It's just like a paperwork nightmare, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, they had told us that they very rarely do referrals in December just because it's holidays. It doesn't happen. And so I'm like, I'm not dealing with paperwork. It's like, I was trying to get my kids home from sledding or I don't know. And so I didn't answer it. And then my husband, Mark, called me, I don't know, a few minutes later and was saying Connie, our case manager was trying to get a hold of you and you didn't answer. And I was like, why? I don't want to talk to her.
Yeah.
So,
I can't handle any more bad news right now.
Yeah. But then it turned out she was trying to get a hold of him. And he's like, maybe this is it. And I was like, no, it's not it. But she wants to talk to both of us. I was like, fine. So later he got off of work and we called her. And sure enough, we had been matched with a little girl, 2-year-old in Bulgaria. And so it just in spite of my bad attitude and my lost hope and everything. Now, before I go on, the way adoption works in Bulgaria is that it actually requires you to take 2 trips in country. So the first trip is when you initiate the process and you meet the child and you spend a week there getting to know the culture and spending time with your child. Then you come home because just the way the court process works, it takes I'm trying to remember, 2 to 4 months is what they told us initially. And then you go back for a second trip to bring them home. So we geared up to go for our first trip the very first week of February. And it was just an amazing trip. Our little girl, this past February 2020, first week of February. Okay. So yeah, it just was better than we had hoped for. A lot of these kids in Bulgaria are in orphanages, but our daughter was in a foster home, which is just really, really good because without getting into all the details about orphan care and all of that, it's just better. I think most people know it's better to be in a family than it is to be in an institution. And so she was just with a really loving, grandma foster mom who was super sweet, doted on her, and she'd been with her whole life. And so we got to know her backstory and why her family abandoned her. And that's a whole long story. But anyway, we got to know her. We fell in love with the community there. And we went back home expecting that, hoping that we would be able to come back to Bulgaria in late spring. And so get back middle of February. And then, as we all know, the pandemic hit in March. And so it was just kind of on top of it just being hard for everyone. It was hard for my kids.
The normal process of it is emotional and takes energy and
yeah. So we're dealing with this, you have kids, a lot of emotions with our kids, everything's canceled, soccer's canceled, school stuff's canceled, and just dealing with that. But on top of that, we're dealing with another super emotional thing, this adoption that we've been waiting for years and years and years. And it just, the reality hit at that point in March that at that point we didn't know what everything was going to look like, but the everything in Bulgaria, everything everywhere shut down, the court shut down. So we knew that our paperwork processing was going to be delayed. And then as time went on, we just, there were travel restrictions. I remember at one point the U.S. was talking about, they weren't going to process immigration. And I was like, does that affect us? Because, when you're adopting, that's immigration.
Right.
And then that ended up, so that was like a big thing that ended up not being a thing because anyway, so there's like the politics of it. And then, I mean, the biggest obstacle is travel restrictions. Like you cannot go back and forth between the U.S. and Bulgaria. If you don't, I should probably clarify. Not everybody knows where Bulgaria is. It's in Eastern Europe in the European Union, so it's part of the EU. So anyway, as time dragged on, now in Bulgaria the virus didn't hit very hard, and so they started opening up, and so that was good news because they started opening the courts up again in May, and then we found out that June 8th our paperwork was finalized, so we legally became the guardians of our daughter on June 8th, which was super exciting. But then we were stuck in this but we can't travel.
But you were still here in Illinois then.
Yeah, just not knowing. So I just remember I've had a lot, I pray a lot about it daily because, again, we're dealing with the world falling apart on top of I don't even I have a child on the other side of the world and I can't get her. And I just remember thinking, and just having a lot of prayers and conversations with people. It's just this doesn't feel possible to me because there's no we can't go there. You can't book you could try to book a flight, but you're not going to get through. They won't let us. What do you So I think, yeah.
Oh, so I know I said originally 10 minutes, and everyone, I apologize. I know we're getting to that.
Sorry, I told you
no,
story.
No, it's not your fault. But so we definitely just wanted to share with everyone that there was stories out there, and although they sometimes don't have the ending you want, there's definitely some good in the world being done by people out there. And so, yeah, I wish this had a different outcome, Gina. I really do. So what are you going to do now? What's the story right now?
Well, it's tough because I'm sitting in Bulgaria in quarantine right now.
What? No way.
Yeah. So
really? You're on the other side of the world right now?
Yeah, you didn't know.
Yeah, I know. It's still, but the tears that I'm welling up right now, they're not fake though. Seriously, these are real. I'm actually just genuinely happy for you guys, and wow.
Yeah.
So tell everyone though, because they don't know what I know. So
it was kind of a whirlwind. Like I said, June, everything got finalized and we were in a place where we can't get her. And so, like I said, I was out on I remember being out on my back deck, praying, this is not, I don't see how this is going to happen. The cases were rising in the US, the EU is not going to want, and to this day, the EU travel restrictions are still there. That was in the news recently. And so I was just there's no way this is going to be humanly possible. And I was just God, if it's going to happen, you're just going to make it happen. But there's nothing else I can do. And so I just kind of got resolved to that. And then it wasn't a couple of days later, we got the phone call from our adoption agency that Bulgaria was making exemptions for adoption related travel, which is just huge. There's not a lot of countries doing that right now. And so anyway, from there, I think that was 2 weeks ago today, we got that call. And so it just kind of turned into this whirlwind because we hadn't received all there was a decree that says we're her parents and that we're her guardians, but hadn't even been translated into English yet. It was in Bulgarian, and so they're talking with them you need to get this translated because you can't travel without it. So it was just this insane week of trying to get paperwork in, and we booked a flight the following Wednesday, and then had to arrange what to do with our kids. And anyway, and then even last Saturday is when we flew out, and we were sitting in the Chicago airport, arguing with the agent. They wouldn't let us check in because they're you don't have the right paperwork and da-da-da-da-da. And we're yes, we do. And they were not going to let us board this flight. And if we didn't get on that flight, and we were just kind of wanting to go because we're who knows how long this is even going to be an option. Like, we just wanted to get on a plane and get here.
Yeah.
And then it just, I don't know, we talked to our travel agent and like we got to board the plane like right on time. And it was just like, like this insane.
It was like one of those
Doesn't
movies,
really feel
right, when
real.
they're rushing to get to the plane and they're like, well, I'm right here. I'm right here.
Yeah. I mean, we boarded like right as our section was boarding. So it wasn't quite like they were closing the door, but it would have been in a few minutes. It would have been. So it's just crazy. I mean, I don't know. Like, I can't believe I'm here. And now we have to, it's weird because we have to quarantine for 2 weeks. So it went from like insane chaos to like I'm sitting in an apartment in a foreign country and we're like trying to order groceries, and it's just, we do have help. There's some English speaker, our agency is English speaking, and so they're working with us, but it's just weird. But anyways, 10 more days left in quarantine, and then we'll finally get to be with our daughter and have her here in Bulgaria with us, and then hopefully bring her home. So it's just nuts, but we're really excited. It's been a long journey, but it's just, if anybody gets anything from this, it's like, don't give up hope, because you just don't know what's gonna come together. So anyway, that's my short, long story.
No, that's great. I appreciate you sharing that with us, Gina. Gosh, I can't even imagine the emotional roller coaster that you've had to go through. We're doing this, and then it's taking so long. Okay, it's time, but then no, it gets taken away. We got another one. Oh no, that one's not working out, and just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and even up until a few weeks ago, it's like I can't. But I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your family. I'm excited to the day whenever you can share photos with your new baby. And when we
bring her home, we can. Yeah.
Yes. And so I'm so happy for you guys. I hope you can hang in there for the next 10 days, though. I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah, we're here. No turning back.
Yeah, no turning back. All right. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed that story. And I'm going to send it back to you, Jamie. Thank you, Gina.
Thanks.
Wow, that's a great story. You're all muted, by the way, so you need to unmute yourself before you start talking.
I knew that. I was just seeing if y'all did. Yeah, that was so they are. It was been a roller coaster ride for them for years, and I didn't mention it to y'all at the beginning, but y'all remember a while back we had Mark Poyer on, and he was the magic card guy. Remember he was telling us about
yes.
Yeah. And remember he was saying we're funding our adoption with these?
This
is his wife.
Perfect.
Yeah. When I messaged her earlier, she was like, "Do you want both of us on?" I was like, "No, just you." I was like, "He already had his time in the spotlight."
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. We don't need to talk about his cards. We need to talk about your positive stuff.
Yeah. So I thought it was positive. I thought it was a really good. I can't imagine though. So yeah, they're holding 10 more days, and then once they're unquarantined or whatever, then they get to go pick up their baby girl and bring her back to the States, and she's theirs.
Really cool.
So,
hey, I know a little bit about adoption, so that is really a cool. I love that. I love hearing adoption stories. So
cool. Well, there you go. That was mine, guys. I appreciate y'all giving me the time for that.
Nice. Yeah, that field reporter, he looks very familiar though.
He does.
So,
he didn't even change
did
his
a pretty
shirt
good
today.
job there. He even matches your shirt.
I think everyone needs a red shirt.
Right, exactly. That's amazing. So tell us your story.
Me?
Or whatever you were going to do.
I'm going to mute so I can watch this train real quick.
No. So the reason I asked Joe, define, because I didn't know, how we were going with the feel good story. Was it something personal or something we just heard on the news? You can Google, and there's a lot of feel good stories going on right now.
You got to get the one that makes people cry, though.
Whoa. Did you just make that?
Was that an earthquake?
No, we don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we have earthquakes in Miami. We have hurricanes, but
okay.
Yeah, so I think that's something cute. I think it's something cute to share. So I babysit for this family, and I've been helping them since November, since I moved to Miami, right?
Right.
And when in February I stopped babysitting, And then so it's been about 3 months. So I haven't seen the little girl for 3 months now. And last weekend was my first weekend to see her. And every night before she goes to sleep, we always say her prayers, say something she's thankful for. And during her prayer, she said, I am thankful for my Beatrice that I have her back. And I just thought that was just so cute. It makes you realize, like, really appreciate those moments, like whether family or just little kids. Like, she had that moment, realization, like, oh, Bee's back, and I'm just so thankful to have her back. And she was just giving God thanks. And I thought that was just so cute. Just bring it back. You know, it's like even through the little tantrums and everything else, she was still just very.
You thought that
thankful
she hated you, and then she says she doesn't really hate you. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's a Hallmark moment for you.
Right, exactly. She's like, you're wondering if she hates you. She doesn't. She doesn't. She actually wants to pray for you.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Most kids, we feel like they hate us because they treat us so, they make us go
Right.
crazy sometimes. But honestly, at the end of the day, they're like, I love you. And they go to
Yeah.
bed. And you're like, you freaking drive me crazy all day long. And then you're going to end the day with I love you like that?
Unbelievable. Go to bed. Go to
Get
bed.
te vaya contigo. I don't want to see you anymore.
Love you too. Get out
Love
of
you
here.
too. Yeah. Well, you still got a little bit more time.
Yeah.
You-
So yeah, you got some more to that story?
Was there anything followed
Yeah.
up?
Sandy
There
would
a
have had.
trotting off to the
yeah.
side.
Sandy would have definitely had a lot more story.
She'd have brought it too.
She would have brought it. So I don't.
I'm sorry, Sandy. I know I don't do you justice. And I know.
Just,
He's bad. I think he went a little overboard on that one, but I was like, I'll go ahead and.
just
I thought that was a little overboard. Anyway,
I'm not giving it because it's storytelling. I'm not.
well, that's okay. That's all right. You still have a little kid that loves you, so that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And the funny thing is that anyways, so I'm here till Monday morning, and another babysitter comes in Monday morning, and I told her, I was like, so are you ready to for your next babysitter? And she's like, wait, how did you know? And I was like, your mommy told me. And she's like, oh, I just didn't want you to know because I don't want you to get jealous, but you're still my favorite babysitter. Like,
Oh,
you were like, you
snap.
say that to all your babysitters?
Yeah, do you say that? All of them?
I thought it was the only one.
Welcome, mentiroso. All right, so
Horrible.
now we finish up with the best one of all of us.
No, it's definitely C plus work. So I'm just gonna let y'all know right away that it's C plus work because that's what I do. I am here to just kind of give you something and then let you go with it. So I thought instead of me giving a personal story for Feel Good Friday, what I thought is I would find a movie and do a little bit of a review on it and tell you why it's a feel good story. And you have the option of watching it yourself. And I highly recommend this movie because not because it was really dusty today and it's just an awesome movie. And I'm going to tell you it's an awesome movie from
Is it Baby
somebody.
Geniuses?
What?
Baby Geniuses?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not, it's not Look Who's Talking. So
Oh, that's a good one. It's a good one.
exactly. But if you guys know me, I am probably the least religious person on the show. So that's what I do. I am the least religious person on the show, but the show that I'm reviewing is called I Can Only Imagine.
Oh.
And so if you,
I don't know what that's about.
so there's a song by
I'm
Mercy
familiar.
Me.
Oh, there's-
Yep.
It's
I
a
love the
song
song.
called Mercy Me.
Yes, you saw it.
And it's called I Can
Simmer
Only.
down now. Calm down.
Whoa, simmer down now.
You scared me. Jeez.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So basically, the song is called.
Really good.
Yeah, the song is called I Can Only Imagine. The group is called Mercy Me. But the
No,
guy that.
it's not the time.
No. The guy that wrote the song, his name is Bart Millard.
Okay. Bart Millard.
No way. Hold on. Sandy said she's actually watched that one.
How? I hadn't seen this. But I know what you're talking about.
Right. So I highly recommend this. So for me, I'm not the religious type, but if you take all of that out of it, it is still a great movie. So I'm going to just give you kind of just a general view about it. So it's about
Spoilers.
a little bit of spoilers, just a little bit. But basically, Bart is the lead singer of Mercy Me, and as a child, he was abused by his father. So he did not have a good childhood. There was a point where even his mom left, and he felt really lost and abandoned there. And so it's his journey through that actually. Sandy's still making us laugh, and she's not even on the show.
Because we can hear her saying it, and with all the extra
right, exactly. We can hear it. It's like buzzing in our ear here.
Yeah.
But anyways, it goes through his journey about creating the song and how he actually made it to that song. And the funny thing is, he wasn't going to originally release it. He wrote the song, but he was going to let someone else sing it, and that other person was Amy Grant. She was
I know who Amy Grant is.
Yeah, she's a huge. So she was the one that was supposed to sing it. And if you watch the whole show, you can understand how it ended up coming back to him.
Okay.
The things that I love about this movie is that it talks about redemption, it talks about forgiveness, it talks about your dreams and going for your dreams. Because his dad would tell him, "Don't chase your dreams," because they're fake, and because his dad's dreams didn't fall through, and so he pushed that onto his son. And then it was really hard for him to kind of fight through that. And then I can't give away too much, but it's his journey to that point where he actually writes the song, because he was a good singer. The band was pretty good, but they just didn't have that song. And whenever he wrote that song, then that's where everything kind of turns around. And it's the most popular song ever in the what are they called? The religious charts?
The Christian
charts, yeah. And then it even crossed over into the pop charts. So pop charts and country charts. So it went triple platinum. So it's a very popular song. And, like I said, I'm not the most religious song, but it was a religious person. And so it was really, it's really a feel-good movie. And you can understand how he got to that song. And no, I was not crying at the end of the movie. I was crying throughout the movie. Because it kind of hit close to me, because my dad and I did not have the best relationships. But there was a point where I was angry at him as well. And then I got through it, and now we have a really good relationship. So it really hits close to me, and that was one of the reasons that I love this show. And if you're looking for a feel-good movie, and it's one that everybody can watch, you can watch it. It's called I Can Only Imagine, and right now it's streaming on Amazon Prime. So if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can definitely go and watch it there. So I was trying to find something that you didn't have to go to a secret website to watch. So this one is definitely available for you guys to watch. And yeah, so that was my review, and I think it's a really good show for Feel Good Friday.
Yeah, I remember when that song first came out when I was still in Lubbock, and I was like, that hit me hard. I remember, man, that's a powerful song. Definitely, I won't say I'm religious, but I'll say I'm definitely a spiritual man. And so that song is very powerful. Still to this day is.
Right, yeah, I know. And I've watched this show like 3 or 4 times, and it still hits me every single time. So, and the song too. I love the song. So it's just, it's, for me, that's probably one of the best feel-good shows that I've watched in quite a while. So,
awesome.
Yeah, and I actually watched the whole movie today. I didn't watch the Cliff Notes or the YouTube highlights or anything like that. I watched the whole thing, so it was good. It was good.
Well, Sandy gave you a B+ on a C+ effort.
Sweet. And no spoilers. I didn't give you any spoilers, y'all.
Well,
yeah, so I think I did pretty good.
I guess so.
I did pretty good. I didn't have that many spoilers.
Priscilla was asking you some questions up here earlier. B.
Yeah.
See if I can find them.
Oh, she was asking me questions? Oh,
yeah. Oh, there it is. Why do you live in Miami? Yes.
Oh, there
Why
you
do
go.
I
Thank
live
you.
in Miami? Well, let me tell you. I have a gypsy heart. I just move from place to place. So I was ready for something different. I've lived in Los Angeles before, and I was ready for the city life. And I love the beach, and I love the weather here. So I moved to Miami without actually ever visiting Miami, and then an opportunity came where I started volunteering with a nonprofit, and from there I got employed. And I actually, guys, oh, this is good. I signed. So my position is grant funded. So we don't know. Every year we don't know if the position will be there available, just depending on the grants. And I signed a new contract starting for July through next year. For one more year to be still working with the kids. So I thought that was exciting.
That's
And
good.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Big plus. Now your baby gets to have you for an extra year.
Right, exactly.
One more year of prayers.
That.
She also asked, have you gone to Miami Inc.?
That's
It's a
the other one I was
reality
looking for.
show there.
You know, I have not gone to Miami Inc. I haven't.
Yeah, but you have tattoos.
But
so.
I need to do that.
You've got
I
tattoos,
do
kid?
have tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you were just like this little
I
back
do,
in the
right?
day, and now you got tats. I don't need to see them. That's okay.
I do.
Yeah, she's got one right here.
I have one here, my cross, which is my first one I got when I was 18. I moved from home and I waited a month and got a tattoo. And I went
She
back
wanted to
home
be
for the
the
holidays. and
rebel.
Mom said,
Rebel. She
And
she wanted to know rebel. She wanted to make sure she was away from mom's chancla. That's why.
Right.
No, she went to the kitchen sink and was literally washing it off.
That's funny.
Like, Mom, it's real.
Yeah, so she is also, just so you guys know,
Yeah.
B is my sister-in-law. I'm married to her sister. And so she has been a terrible influence on my middle daughter because now my middle daughter wants to graduate
know.
early and she wants to move away from me because she wants to follow in the footsteps of her aunt.
Tell her to hurry up.
So I am not happy about that. And I just wanted to make sure I share that with everyone on the air. And so she and I have problems. And it's definitely going to probably, as soon as the monster child decides to leave, I will no longer talk to B. And she, just so y'all know. I'm just putting that
Well,
out.
Oh, that's
In
good.
other
Oh.
news, the kids were telling her about quantum theory, and she said quantum theorem or cotton theorem.
Cotton theorem.
Yeah, you know, that's Texas getting
You know, I need people to talk about quantum theorem here too, man. I don't got enough people up here.
No, quantum theory.
No, quantum theorem. It's
Okay.
like a combination
cotton theory,
of
yeah.
quantum theory and cotton theorem.
Oh, I see. I see what
So,
you did there.
see what
My
I did there.
apologies.
Thank you, thank you. My puns don't ever make it, right? Because Dr. Benjamin last night, he caught the one from the previous night about the stinking cool episode, you know? And so,
Yeah. Yeah, he caught it.
Joe, let her live her life, but wait a year.
Aw, no. You should,
Well-
you should be proud though, that she wants to explore and she feels confident in herself.
She needs to leave.
She
Are
wants
are you listening to
Aw.
this? Are you listening to this junk that she's saying right now? She doesn't need to leave. She needs to stay here. I told her that she can't leave, that I'm going to follow her wherever she goes.
Creepy father.
She didn't like that. It's called helicopter parenting.
she wants
I'm with you though, Joe. I'm with you. Like I have that duality in me where I'm like, I can't wait till my kids get out of here and
Mhm.
go do them. And because I'm not going to be around here forever, and I want them out so that mommy and I can have fun and go out and go to
Right.
sleep early because we just want to go to sleep early or whatever. But then I'm also like, man, I don't want my kids gone. I don't want my kids gone.
Yeah. It's tough, man, because it's getting close. It's getting closer to me. I think they're both going to disappear on me at the same time.
They're going to be roommates.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
no.
Aw, the girl.
But they're going to be gone. And
I'm
so,
sorry, dude. At least you'll have your room back.
True.
When I left Lubbock, you had your room,
Mhm.
and now you don't, but you will soon.
I will soon, yeah.
Yeah.
So we shall see. We shall see.
Sandy, what you talking about here, huh? I was wondering why my eyes were twitching earlier because I was like, I didn't think anything, and I keep going through the comments, and I was like, it must have been like just a subliminal message hitting my eye, and I was like, and so anyway, we missed some comments here, either when my wife left or what. But Carrie was talking about that being amazing. I don't know if you're watching still, babe, but if you watch this tomorrow or whatever, you can see Carrie was mentioning of you, saying how sweet that is of you, how amazing.
Right.
Joanne's asking if you really want her questions. Yes, Joanne, she does.
I think she
And
does.
then, hello, Miss Amanda. If you're still watching, Dr. P, do you ever rest? You know, I asked the same thing to that woman because I'm like, she literally works every day. And there was this time where I used to feel like, man, my wife is always working and I miss her and stuff like that. But then I really rearranged things in my head. And I was like, man, that woman is working hard because she is just trying to take care of her family the best she can. And everyone's always asking her for help because she's great at what she does. So it's like, I'll do whatever I can to support her as a husband over here. So if I can go out and get it, one night she texted me, she goes, can you go get me this from the store, please? And I was like, I looked it up online. I was like, well, they're still open. I was like, sure. And she was like, oh, that's sweet of you. I was like, I really didn't want to go. I really didn't want to go.
Right, exactly.
Thank you, God. Thank you.
Oh,
But-
Sandy was replying to what Dr. Pineapples called our viewers.
Huh?
And so that's what Sandy put the podcast listeners.
Okay.
But she definitely wanted to make your eye twitch, though. I think
sure
that
she
was,
did. I'm
that was-
sure she did. I can
I think
feel
that was truly her purpose there.
Joanne's
You know, I
telling
think
you
my
what?
My roommate and I have been watching the show on our TV, so we just cast it on YouTube. And she was like, so are we going to watch the podcast tonight? It's like, it's not a podcast.
Thank you, B. Thank you, B. Thank you. And if you're watching, remember, it's called the Social and Distancing Show. I didn't know how to make it any more clear. I even put it up on the screen.
Yeah, it's a show.
Sandy?
She's doing that on purpose. She just wants to make your eye twitch. Lubbock doesn't offer
I
what
love
big
her.
cities offer. I heard a lot of, if I didn't move from Lubbock, I would not be where I am
would
now.
not.
That's true, too. I wouldn't be where I am.
Cool.
Mm.
That's see, Lubbock is
I
just
wouldn't be
not for
where I am.
everybody.
You see
But if
there?
we don't challenge ourselves, we'll never know.
I do como que challenge
Oh
ourselves.
my goodness, that's the way to end Feel Good
Yeah.
Friday right there.
Hey, no,
Qu- quotes by B.
Guys, thank you. Oh, weird. You better,
Aw.
Joe, you better help B out for our next part while I say what we're doing for next week, if you get what I'm saying.
Oh
Okay?
yes, yes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So you can do, guys, you know how that is when you have your friend for years and years and years and they can read your mind when you need them to. So anyway, that's what's will happen. All right. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you liked our first Friday for Feel Good Fridays. And let us know what you think. Tell us if you have an idea, if you want us to do something different or whatnot. I don't know that we'll, the idea is, like Joe said, just whatever makes us feel good. So if it's something that just, something we eat that we like, something that we use, some nap that we like, or just stories that, tug on our hearts, things like that. Let us know if there's something you'd like to see happen during this. And then give us ideas for future months on Fridays, what we could do. With that, next week, if you come back, we have some exciting guests.
We have some really cool guests coming.
So there's one guest I'll just start off with that I can't share too much about because it's a surprise. And you'll understand why when they come, why it's a surprise, but it's going to be a nice one. We wanted to make sure that we do another dimension of wellness that included physical. And so we have someone coming in to talk about the nutrition side. And she's my cousin's daughter. And she has all these accolades to her name and everything. So she's going to be coming and talking about nutrition as far as the physical side of well-being. And then, Joe, who's...
Oh, we have someone from the West Texas Roller Derby.
Yes. Roller
president-
derby.
Derby.
The president of the West Texas Roller Derby Association here in Lubbock. And her bio is, you need to read her bio. It's amazing. So she's going to be fun. And I'm practicing a certain accent for her too.
Oh my gosh. You guys can miss that, okay?
No. You gotta watch that. It's gonna be awesome.
So you all have a great weekend. Stay safe this weekend, and then throw us some pictures up on Monday to let us know what happened. And as usual,
Remember to wash your hands.
for at least 20 seconds.
You filthy animals.
Have a good night, everyone.
Nice.
Good weekend.
She did good. You did good, B. That was perfect. We'll record that.
I was texting guys.
You were like, I need to do this part. I need to do this part.
Yeah, we'll put up a little thing for just that and replay it over and over.
Right, exactly. That'll be our outro instead of.
There you go. Oh wait, we got an after show.